There we have it. Another day, another video. Box columns replacing box columns I had already made, this time pressure treated. The 2x8s were ground contact. The 2x6s that I did in between the 2x8s were ripped down to, I think, 4 1/4 or 4 3/4 inches. And those are pressure treated but not rated for ground contact, which they're not on the ground, but I like as much treatment as possible if I want treated wood. So what I did do, since I was making cuts into it, just where it's the most vulnerable down there at the bottom, treated it with some preservative, copper-based preservative to add even additional protection. And then the little actual plinth block or whatever, not plinth block, little base plate or whatever you call that at the bottom of the column, treated that up as well. There was a little softness to that. Those were treated too, but just under constant moisture and wood-to-wood contact with the non-pressure treated columns that formerly occupied the positions. There was a little damage, so treated them up. I didn't feel like redoing that. They're bolted down to the columns. You know, the other thing I could have done, and I kind of wish I would have, but I didn't. It's okay. I should have just knocked the brick columns off and then just ran just wood columns all the way down, and then just put, a base plate down here and columns straight down to it. It's okay. I'm just did this for now. It was just replacing what I had. It was simple. I felt it was going to be less work. The bottom of the floor is not level, but the top of the columns is level. So I didn't want to have to deal with, I don't know, just how I did it. If I sell the house now, it's not going to make a bit of difference. If I don't sell the house later, won't make a bit of difference. And I can always redo stuff later if I want. The thing I would like to do to this house if I was just playing around is I would add big overhangs to it. It would be a very charming, I think, thing to have just these slightly oversized overhangs, meaning the roof line come out this way, extend the eaves. So yeah. So I don't think I have a lot to say. The 2x8s were left full width. I ran them through the planer to just give them smoother faces. When they come through, the commercial mill that all this stuff was made and pressure treated at, it's really high speed, so it's got large planer marks. So this just gives it a very smooth face, so it'll look good painted. These will get filled with spackle. Just as another explanation, since you probably didn't notice as much, there's this block and it's bolted down. Then there's a 4-inch square block screwed down to this one in the center, and then I run screws in, and that helps kind of center it up. And then all of the columns are attached sort of toenailing in screws on the inside. The difference that occurred this time, for whatever reason, these 2x8s are a little bigger. They're a 1/4 inch bigger or so. I don't know. It was just a little bit of size difference. Plus, I plumbed them up this way. Long story short, there's a little bit of overhang on the inside. And before, what I did is I put them up and then I came back in and attached this. All I'd have to do is attach another strip to that, leave them like this, or even add some sort of little decorative piece there. But it just doesn't matter. You can't get anything down into them. So that's, doesn't really matter. But basically, there's no change to the house, just replacing those columns. I feel good about it now, though. I didn't feel good about it before. Basically, the columns were rotten on 3 sides, so the back side was all that was really holding on those box columns. And so they could have done something like one of them could have crushed out. Again, though, wood-framed houses are very, very forgiving. Like all 4 of those columns could go away, and I bet that roof would just kind of like drop down like 1.5 feet, 2 feet, and then just hang there because you've got all the roof framing going in and tying in. Now, I wouldn't want to be standing under it. I wouldn't roll the dice on it, but I like that you can do that with framing. Like when I bought this house, this corner of this porch was dropped down like 3 or 4 inches sagging. And so I just got up under there and I jacked it all back up straight. And so that's what you can do with framing. Not so simple with when things are masonry, rock, whatever. you're doing framing's lightweight, easily repairable. So the fact that it can rot, me being a person who can fix it, it just doesn't bother me. You just come in, you fix it real quick, and keep on rolling. So I think that is it. This was a one-day project. It cost $95 because that's how much the lumber cost. I don't think there was something else I bought. I can't remember. It might have just been the lumber. But yeah, the lumber was $95 to do these columns. $14 for the 10-foot 2x8s. And then I think $10 to $11 for the 2x6s that I ripped down. So buying 4 each, the columns were under 5 foot each, so just 10-foot stuff cut in half. So, and then just, I used decking screws that I had already previously purchased. So you can, let's just say $100 for this. I usually never talk about the price. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Check the description below. Links will be there for my Patreon page. You can do $3, $5, $10, and any custom amount, or $20 monthly contributions to the channel. Keeps me rolling, makes a big difference in doing videos like this. This is the Patreon members basically pay for something like this. And that may sound funny to some, but otherwise I would not be able to produce these videos. The YouTube income is not as high as it once was, just because of various reasons, me not doing sponsored videos, all kinds of reasons. The lower views, I'll admit that part, because of longer spaces in between. So it's greatly appreciated, the Patreon members. Thank you all very much for what you've been doing. Also link in below for my ebook. It's how I buy houses just like this one and the other ones you've seen me fixed up. Cheap Houses, How I Find and Buy Inexpensive Real Estate. And it applies today, even if prices are higher than they once were. Those deals are still out there. It tells you how to get them and a little bit about how to do some negotiating. So that's it. Let me know what you think about what's going on. Again, I'm enjoying doing the quick short videos. Push this one out. As you can see, it is dark. Light had to come on in the end, but I'm glad to push through and get one more thing done. Next up, I'm probably going to put a handrail across the end of the porch because that's a drop. And some things over here, the steps here, cleaning off the back porch. I've been doing some testing of the various cleaning agents y'all suggested making up or using. So that's looking good. So that's it. Enough rambling. Thanks for watching. See you next time.